Hey there people, this is Vic from GrabATutor.com. I've tutored economics for ages, and when I first help a student, I see so often they don't realise the tug of war that is microeconomics. The tug of war here is the balance between markets working and markets failing, and the point of this presentation is to show you how easy that is to grab a hold of. Teachers and textbooks may describe or give you individual looking rules, but your job in the exam is to tell them the unified whole. To figure this out, we need to answer the question which asks us to discuss the extent to which markets should be free to set their own price. Now, if that question wasn't annoying enough, in the exam they're going to want you to be annoyed and scratch your head. So they may ask you to discuss the extent to which markets should be operated free of government intervention. Now, they're totally the same question, it's just that one is under the cloak of darkness. The first thing you need to know is how prices are set. Prices are set when supply and demand meet, and that's otherwise known as equilibrium. When you sketch this out, it's really important that you label your axes, quantity and price. Demand is downward sloping and supply upward sloping. Where they meet, that's equilibrium price, £1, and that's equilibrium quantity, maybe 100 units. When there's a shift in demand, price also changes, and that process is known as the price mechanism. So for example, Jamie Oliver might come on television and say grapes are good for you. That will have the effect of shifting demand outwards because people fancy them more and there's a change in taste. So at the old equilibrium price, £1, instead of us demanding 100 units, we now demand maybe 200 units. However, only 100 units are supplied, and so that creates a level of excess demand. In other words, people are queuing around the blocks waiting for their grapes. So firms respond to this by putting the price up, maybe to £1.50. And the higher price works to ration demand, you need to say, ration demand. And at the same time, the higher price signals and incentivizes the suppliers to produce more, and all of that re-establishes equilibrium. Now the point of your analysis is to make your knowledge fizz, so maybe go ahead and shake the Coke. So tell them yes, markets should be free to set their own price because it re-establishes equilibrium, and that's otherwise known as an efficient allocation of resources. An efficient allocation of resources helps solve the basic economic problem, infinite wants and finite resources. If we look at this diagram again, the higher price has worked to ration demand from 200 units to maybe 150 units here. In other words, we've limited infinite wants, and at the same time the higher price has worked to increase supply of finite resources from 100 units to 150 units. Equally importantly, tell them that where demand and supply meet, consumer and producer surpluses are maximised. Now, consumer and producer surplus are those triangles either side of equilibrium when you draw demand and supply. So that's consumer surplus and that's producer surplus. Now, finally, the point of your evaluation is to mellow your analysis back into reality. So tell them no, markets should not be free to set their own price because markets may lead to market failure. In other words, a misallocation of resources. Consider a vaccine. Left to the free market, consumers would buy at the wrong point, and that's because they're unaware of the external benefits that vaccinations provide. So the question of whether markets should be free to set their own price depends very much on whether consumers are fully aware of the external costs or the external benefits that the product provides. So there you have it. Make sure you pounce on the knowledge, which is identifying which parts of the specification the question refers to, the analysis, which is agreeing with the question, and the evaluation, which is disagreeing with the question. And that should do it. And there we have it. I hope my presentation has helped settle some stress and will help lift exam performance. And if it has, be awesome and share it with your friends. To learn more, head on over to GrabATutor.com. Stay cool guys, and thanks for watching.